Hey, we're live. How are you? It's Helen here from helenmartinonline.com. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are in your part of the world, whether that's morning, afternoon, or evening. I am here in Australia. It is morning here. It's a bit cloudy out there today, but nonetheless a great day. So what I'm here to talk to you about today is I'm continuing the conversation regarding self-doubt. So if you experience self-doubt in any way, then this topic may be useful for you. So what I've done over the last number of weeks is talked about the 5 traps of self-doubt. And today I'm talking about number 4, which is when you feel helpless. You're really feeling helpless. Now, before I get into the content, if you are here with me live, then just comment down below, say hello, tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay later, then just put the word replay down below so I can say hello to you afterwards. And if this is the first time that you've seen me live, I help home-based business owners bring their business online. So teach things like social media branding, how do you get leads online, how do you use social media, how do you work the Facebook algorithm, video marketing, Facebook Lives, but I jump on once a week and talk about something to do with personal development, mindset, something to help you be a better version of you. Because in the scheme of things with building your business, whether that's the traditional way or online, it really comes down to you. You're the one that makes or breaks it. So you're the one, depending on your self-belief, your thoughts, your action or your lack of action, is the one that actually makes your business work or not. So, couple of hellos. Hello, Carissa. Thank you for being on with me live. And Peter. Hello, Peter from Chicago. Awesome. And we've got Carissa from Texas. I was in Texas last year. I was in, where was I? Fort Worth. Had an awesome time there. It was amazing. I'm not sure what part of Texas you're from, Carissa, but thank you for joining me live. So today I'm talking about the 4th trap of self-doubt. If you've missed all the others, they're all on replays on my website. So rather than going through the Facebook feed to try to find them, if you go to my website, which is www.helenmartinonline.com, I've got 2 video libraries. So one is called a mindset video library and one is called a network marketing, it's a training video library. So in that mindset video library, I've got all the previous videos where I've talked about trap 1, trap 2, trap 3, and we're talking about trap 4 today. And next week, obviously, I'll go on to trap 5 and we'll wrap up these issues of self-doubt and hopefully move you through these issues of self-doubt. Hey, Rob, how are you? Houston. Awesome, Carissa. Thanks for letting me know. So the purpose of this is self-doubt often keeps us back. You might have felt this before, that you second guess yourself. You think you want to do something, but self-doubt creeps in and it stops you from doing the things that you know deep down what you need to do, but you stop yourself doing it because you're thinking, oh, what are they going to think? Oh, I'm not really good enough. Or compared to this other person, I just don't do it as well as them. Or what if I say the wrong thing? What if I stuff up? What if they don't like me? What if they look at me and go, you idiot, what are you talking about? Like all this self-doubt creeps in. And that comes from a variety of different reasons. It comes from how you've been brought up. It comes from past experiences, past successes and past failures. So if you've been bad with money in the past, you probably carry issues with you around money. If you've not really been successful in the past, it's probably really difficult for you to truly believe that you can be successful in the future. So we carry a lot of that crap that's happened in our past into here and now, and it stops us and it builds in self-doubt and it really sort of stops us getting where we want to go. So a few of the major traps to self-doubt are the ones that I've gone through in previous weeks, and I'll just recap those. So I've gone through hesitating. Do you hesitate? Are there things that you need to do, but you stop yourself doing them? You sort of hesitate. Hiding. So you're hiding away, you're retreating, you're not really being confident, you're not saying things when you know you should, you're not taking action when you know you should, you're just sort of hiding away from doing things. That's the second one. Hypercritical is when you're super critical of yourself. You put yourself down all the time and you think you're not good enough to do things. You think nobody's going to listen to you, those kind of things. Helplessness is what we're talking about today. So, and the fifth one, which I'm going to talk about next week, which is a big one, it's about anxiety. And a lot of people get anxiety and that can really have a huge effect on your life and moving forward. So I'll talk about anxiety next week. But today I just want to concentrate on, this helplessness sort of feeling. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Good to see you on. So helplessness is when you have a physical feeling that sort of takes over. So you feel overwhelmed or something happens and you feel sort of helpless, or you've got a repetitive thing that happens in your life and you think, here I am again. Why am I in the same kind of relationship? Why are these things happening to me again? Why are all these bad things happening to me? Why aren't I getting more success? Why are all these bills piling up? And I just can't seem to get ahead financially. So things can trigger helplessness, and you can have that feeling of, why is this happening again? Why am I feeling this again? Why can't I get out of this hole? So it's something happens and it triggers it. And why that happens could be something that's happened in your past, and then you get a trigger for it. So maybe something bad's happened financially to you in the past, and then the bills come in and it triggers that feeling of helplessness. Maybe you've had a problem with a relationship in a past and something happens again and you think, I'm experiencing this again, and you get that feeling of sort of helplessness. So it can arise at different times. It's usually related to something in your past that's happened that gets triggered by something that's happening sort of here and now. And it gives you that physical feeling of you're not in control, and you're feeling rejected, you're feeling like a failure, and you're feeling like you just can't push through it. So that's how it might show up in your life. And remember, all these triggers of self-doubt, these 5 traps of self-doubt, are things that happen in your life that are just there for you, and you may be not even aware why. Why I'm talking about them is to make you aware of why, but more importantly, how do you shift through it to overcome it? Because if you don't concentrate on these things, if you do have self-doubt in any way, shape or form, unless you address it and really try to fix it and move on from it and push through it, it's always going to show up in your life. Any of you on live or watching the replay, have you ever felt self-doubt with yourself? Put the number 1 down below if you've ever felt self-doubt. Even people, like myself that work on this sort of all the time and quite aware of it, it doesn't mean I'll never have self-doubt. I'm always going to have self-doubt. The trick is knowing how to shift through it when you recognize that you're doing it. So with anything of life, you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to believe in yourself 100%. You're never going to have all the confidence in the world to do everything you want to do. It's always going to creep back in. So it's important to recognize that. But what you can do is when it does creep back in, you can have the tools and the skills to go, there it is again. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. And you shift through it like that. That's what all these tips and strategies that I've been talking about with self-doubt are here for you to use and, adopt these tools so you can sort of get where you want to go. Is this making sense? If it's making sense, send me some likes and loves. Okay, so the first thing with helplessness to recognize is that when you get stuck in helplessness, when you get stuck in I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling stuck, I'm feeling helpless, is to recognize that when you are stuck in that moment, then that's all that you have the ability to see. So you're experiencing it and you're stuck in it, unless you can think your way out of it, and I'll explain that in a moment. You can only ever see the problem. When you're stuck in the problem, you're only ever going to see more of the problem. My screen went really dark. I'm hoping that you can see me okay there. So you have to be, really to shift through this, you have to be committed to a solution. So you have to be committed to working through it. So you're feeling helpless. My screen's really dark. Can someone tell me if you can still see me okay? Because I can't even see myself on the screen, which means you might not be able to too. But if you can see me okay, if someone can just put a comment down below that you can still see me okay, that'd be awesome. And there is a bit of a delay. So it's okay. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. So when you're in the problem, when you're feeling stuck, then that's where you're going to sit. When you're committed to a solution, when you're committed to overcoming it, then opportunities and, ideas and strategies will come at you. So I just wanted to highlight there, when you're stuck and you're immersed in this case, we're talking about helplessness. When you are stuck in helplessness, that's all you're going to see and feel. So the very first step is that you need to be committed to finding yourself a way out of helplessness. So you feeling, why is this happening again? Why am I not doing better? Why am I not getting the results that I want? I feel so frustrated. I feel so overwhelmed. I'm really feeling helpless as to what I need to do next. And so you get stuck in those thoughts and those feelings. When that's all going on in your mind, and that's all that you can think about, it's all that you are going to see. So the first step is being really committed to, okay, I'm feeling really helpless here. I don't know what the solution is just this point in time, but I'm committed to finding a solution. When you are committed to finding a solution to the way that you are feeling, then things will come at you, opportunities will arise, strategies will open up, tools will become available to help you move out of your helplessness. But if you don't have that thought process, you are actually going to be incapable of getting out of that emotion. So if you wait to feel better, so you're stuck, you're feeling helpless, you got a whole lot of self-doubt going on. So you're thinking, okay, when I feel better, I'll work my way through this. When I feel a little bit better, I'll do something about it. When I feel a little bit better, I'll do this and I'll do that. The trick with all these traps of self-doubt is you got to do stuff when you don't feel like it. How often do you get out of bed but you don't really feel like it? How many of you do the washing and go, I feel like doing the washing. I feel like doing the dishes. I feel like making the kids' lunches. We do stuff all the time that we don't feel like doing because that action gets stuff done and it gets results. Bring that thought process into your personal life. So if you're feeling helpless, next thing is you've got to be committed to finding a solution. Okay, I'm committed to finding a solution. So that's when your mind opens up to, strategies and tools that are available to you to move through that. But I'll give you a big tip. If you're waiting to feel better to make a difference, it won't happen. So you've got to do things when you don't feel like doing it. So when you're feeling helpless, that's when you've got to take the action. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling self-doubt, that's your trigger to think, okay, I'm there again. I'm beating myself up again. I'm not doing the things I know I need to do. So it's that self-awareness. And even though you don't feel like doing anything about it, that's exactly when you need to do things. Do you think every time I do a Facebook Live, I feel like doing it? And, just the examples that I gave before, I don't always feel like getting out of bed, but I'll get out of bed. And I certainly don't ever feel like stacking the dishwasher or doing the dishes. But so, if you're going to wait around before you feel better to transform your life and get over these traps of self-doubt, it'll probably never happen for you. So come to that realization that you've got to take the action even when you don't feel like it. Remember, if you've listened to any of my other videos before on these 5 traps, it's about, taking the action and having a good realization of sort of what's going on. And your brain is wired to keep you safe. So your brain is wired to not make you uncomfortable, to keep you safe. When you feel like something is fearful, your brain is wired to keep you safe. So remember that when you're feeling Absolutely, Rob. You will be in the same place 5 years later. If you don't realize that you've got to do things when you don't feel like doing them because your brain is wired to keep you safe from fear, to keep you safe from feeling uncomfortable. So if it's more comfortable for you to sit on the couch, watch TV and eat a bag of chips because that's comfortable for you, that's where your brain's going to keep you. So unless you train your brain, sorry, just an alert there, unless you train your brain to think otherwise and take action even when you don't feel like it, you're never going to get out of your rut. Ever. In however that shows up in your life. Now, it could be repetitive bad relationships. It could be repetitive traits with money. You overspend continually. You can't save money. You're bashing your head against a brick wall with your business. You're not getting anywhere. You're not going to the gym when you know you need to. You're not eating healthy although you want to. You don't feel like doing any of the things that you need to do. And your brain, again, your brain is wired to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable. So inherently what's going to go through your brain is, I don't want to, I don't feel like it, I don't have to, not now, I don't feel like it. Excuses are going to run your life because that's the way your brain is wired until you consciously think of another way to move through this. And that's the reason for these videos about these 5 traps. In each one of them, whatever it is, whether it's hesitation or hiding or being hypercritical or, the one that, we're doing today in, helplessness, and the next week I'll do anxiety. These are the things that show up in self-doubt and you don't even know that, they're there unless you truly think about it. So when you bring the awareness to it and think about it and okay, my brain is trained to keep me safe. My brain is trained to keep me from not being uncomfortable. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense. Hey Angela, how are you? Thanks for jumping on live. So knowing that you're going to you're going to stay safe all your life. You're going to stay comfortable all your life because that's the way your brain is wired for you. Unless you do things when you don't feel like doing it. You've got a great level of awareness around this. Rob, some people are just oblivious to it. Absolutely. And I don't blame people necessarily for that because people don't think about this stuff. They just do what they do and they think they are who they are just because. So they think, oh, that's just me. I don't have any luck. I've never won anything. I've never made a lot of money, so I probably never will. I've never had an amazing relationship with a partner, so I'm probably destined not to. And people just think that's the normal. The bad thing about that is people think that's okay. It's just the way it is. No. You don't want to accept that life is the way that it shows up in that way. You are far worth more than that. Never say those things. That's right, Rob. So you've got to understand that you are wired to stay safe. And you will stay safe. And when you stay safe, you never really achieve the things that you want to achieve. You'll never push through fear to get the success on the other side. You'll never really do the things that you are desperate to do because they're probably uncomfortable and there's probably fear that comes up with that. Okay? So I want to give you some tips to help move through this issue of helplessness. I've got some notes here. So, number 1, identify why you're feeling helpless. What is it that you're feeling helpless about, insecure about, fearful about? They're all related. So what is it that you're feeling helpless about? Is it, about relationships? Is it about money? Is it about your business? Is it about approaching people? Whatever it is that you're feeling helpless about. You need to identify that. The big tip here with any of these, things of self-doubt is that you can't fix anything that you have no level of awareness about. So these 5 things of self-doubt, they show up in your life in these ways that I mentioned before: hesitating, hiding, you're super critical of yourself, you're helpless, or you've got anxiety. They show up without you even really being conscious of it. Now it's time to make you conscious of it, because that's the only way that you can change it. If you don't, you have no awareness of it, that's the way you just live your life. You're feeling helpless, you're feeling fear, you don't have good relationships, you don't have a lot of money, you've got all this self-doubt, you don't believe in yourself, you worry too much about what other people think. If that's what runs your life, but you have very little awareness of that and you don't do anything about it, that the rest of your life till you live 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 or beyond, your life is already predictable. So don't settle for that. Life is worth more than that. Success is on the other side of fear. So get on that other side of fear. So number one, be very aware. What is it that's holding you back? What are you feeling? What are you feeling helpless about? Is this making sense? If this is still making sense, send me some likes and loves. So identify what it is. Is it feelings? Is it beliefs about yourself? Do you truly believe you're not good enough? Do you truly believe you're incapable? Do you truly believe that you're actually never really going to be wealthy? Because nobody in your family ever has. Is that your belief? Only you know that for you. I don't know that for you. Only you know that for you. So get really targeted in and hone in on identifying what it is that you're feeling that's helpless. Number two, you've got to commit to change. So you've identified what it is. Now you've got to stand your 2 feet on the ground and go, I'm committed to changing this. Because I tell you now, there's a lot of people walking around, they're aware of their crap. Do they do anything about it? No, they just keep on complaining about it. How many conversations do you have with people when they complain about life or they complain about their job, but they've been in that job for 15 years and they never do anything about it? How many people do you have conversations with that complain about their weight or their health? So they know it's a problem, but they don't do anything about it. They just continue to complain about it. So number two is that you've got to be committed to change. So you know what it is now. Okay, I know that I'm feeling crap about myself. I know that I don't really believe in myself. I know that things happened in my childhood that sort of really have an effect on me today, and that holds me back from really being the confidence person that I need to be. Okay, number two, okay, I'm going to commit to changing that. So you've actually got to commit to the change. So, and I'm not talking about change. Change in itself is usually fleeting. What you want is lasting transformation. You don't just want change for the sake of change, because change, you can change for a week. You can go on a diet for a month. You can change your life for a month. But that doesn't mean it's going to be lasting transformation. That's what you're after. Not just fleeting change, you want lasting transformation. So you got to commit to that. Rob, all the time they have a problem for every solution. Good point. So you've got to be committed to the change and, accept that that's what you're going to do moving forward. Number three, develop new belief systems. Critical, not easy. But you have a whole lot of excuses running around your head that are going to stop you doing the things that you want to do. I'm not good enough. What will they think? I'm not successful enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not confident enough. I'm not this, I'm not that. That's your belief systems. You got to stop hiding behind that and commit to the change and change your belief system. So how do you do that? You need to start rewiring your brain. So I am good enough. I am capable. I am working towards being confident. If you don't believe it, use the words like working towards. So I'm working towards being confident, because you've got to believe it. And you've got to believe that you are worthy, and you've got to remind yourself of that. Now, if that's not enough for you, just the words, here's a little tip. So if you can have something, what we call an anchor, to make you think differently, rewire your brain differently to move forward, have something that you wear that's on your body to use in an anchor. So what I mean by that, I've had two. So one of my rings here belongs to my mum. Very special to me. She passed away when I was 14. So it's super, super special to me. That's what I call an anchor. So when I'm feeling doubt, when I'm feeling I can't do this, when I'm feeling what am I doing all this for? When I'm feeling doubt, then I hold my ring, that's my anchor, and I think, yes, you can, Helen, yes, you can. You turn it around. Some people use an anchor as you put a rubber band around your wrist. This works really well. So something slips in, it's a negative thought. I'm not good enough. Or I'm feeling helpless, or I know I'm hiding again, I'm not speaking up, or why can't I pick up the phone and ring that person? Why can't I send that email? It's all sort of creeping in. Flick the rubber band on your wrist. The actual physical pain from that, the physical reaction snaps you out of it. So that's what we call an anchor. So it could be a necklace for you that you hold. It could be a crystal in your pocket. It could be anything. It could be a special belt. I don't know what it is for you, but something on you that works as an anchor. So as soon as self-doubt comes in, as soon as, doubting, belief, you don't have enough belief in yourself and all these negative thoughts are running through your mind, hold your anchor, switch your thoughts. When you do that over and over and over and over and over and over again, that's when you have the ability to change your belief patterns, because your belief patterns could be wired from when you were 6 years old. It could be something that somebody told you not to do, or you didn't win a race on sports day and your parents said, you're not good enough, or you wrote something that you were really proud of and your teacher said, that's not good enough. So you walk around with this thing, I'm not good enough. So that, our belief systems are made up of all the things that have happened in our past. But if you live in the past, you got no ability to transform yourself in the future. You can't concentrate on this stuff. So, and people spend way too long talking about the past. What happened back then? What was wrong? I am who I am because that happened in the past. I used to label myself that way. I used to say to myself, I am who I am because I lost my mum when I was a young girl and I had to grow up really quickly and I'm super independent because of this and that. And it's like, a lot of that's true. But I don't live there anymore. It's like, okay, that was the past. I am who I am. Who do I want to be in the future? Who do I want to be the person worthy of the success that I want? Who do I need to become? Not who was I? Who do I need to become? So when self-doubt creeps in and all that kind of stuff, that's creeping in because of what happened back there. That doesn't need to dictate what happens in my future, what happens now and what happens in my future. So use your anchor. So when you're feeling down, you're feeling helpless, something bad's happened, anchor yourself, hold your ring, hold your necklace, hold your, whatever it is you need to be, change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts over and over and over again, you'll get a new belief pattern. I am good enough. I can do this. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're stepping in and doing things you've never done before. You got to do these things. Angela, who do I want to be? That's what I say to myself all the time. And more importantly, who do I need to become? So if I want to be worthy of the success that I'm chasing, who do I need to become? I can't be sitting around being lazy and non-productive and not taking action and waiting around for it to happen. I have to take action to make that happen. So what action do I need to take? Well, that's my job in working out what I need to do, when I need to do it, prioritize, do my time blocking with my calendar and doing things like turning up on Facebook Lives even if I don't feel like it. You can't wait around until you feel like doing things. Take control. You're worth it. Take control. Rob, can't change yesterday. You have to move forward. Absolutely. You can't change what happened back there. Except what is. What happened, happened. Time to move on. Okay, so moving on. Number 4 is actually taking the action. So actually using your anchor to change your thoughts, actually getting and looking for solutions to change how you're feeling. Take the action. The only way that you will get to where you want to go or be a better version of yourself, build a successful business, make more money, have better relationships, have more fun in life is to take action. It's the only thing that works. You know how many people in the home-based business that say to me, I think about my business all the time? Think away. Are you going to build your business by thinking about it? No. Are you going to lose weight by thinking about it? No, you need to get off your ass and go to the gym. You need to prepare better food. That's all action-based. You want the washing done? You got to put it in the washing machine and get things done. The only way you get things done is to take the action. So stop thinking about things and taking action even when you don't feel like it is the most important thing. Number 5, please accept that relapse is going to happen. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to start this process, be on a winner for a week, and then go completely backwards. So it's, a bit of self-sabotage coming in. It's like being on a diet for a week, you're doing really well, and then somebody comes over with a bottle of wine and some dip and some cheese, and you're like, oh, bugger it. It happens. That's okay. Just accept that's okay. This is not going to change overnight. This takes practice. You're going to go up, you're going to go down, but you're going to go like this. Make sense? So as long as you keep moving forward, you're going to dip, you're going to have bad days, you're going to have stuff that happens, but you're going to be able to move through it quicker. So when you move through it quicker, you go back up again. And yeah, there'll be another bad day and there'll be another feeling of helplessness and something bad will happen, but then you bounce back up and there you are away again. But your journey will always continue to go up and you will become a better version of yourself. So just accept that bad moments are going to happen. You're going to self-sabotage somewhere along the line. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't get super critical of yourself about it. That's just life. It's just going to happen. Number 6. Have some kind of support system around you, accountability and proximity. If you've got people around you that are actually feeding your self-doubt, feeding your lack of self-belief because they're jealous, and this happens when people start succeeding, people start putting other people down, or they probably just got lucky. People aren't happy enough for people these days. People get jealous, they compare themselves. Oh, why have they got that and I haven't got that? Oh, they're doing so well now. And jealousy is a curse, comparing is a curse. So just, have people around you that support you on your journey, support you in change, support you in transformation, support you in what we're going through now and all those steps. Talk to somebody about it. Talk to a loved one about it. And so have them around you, but also make them spit that out, Helen. Make you accountable to it. So say to them, if I start saying negative stuff, pull me up on it. So if you've got people around you that can help you with that and continually lift you up, then that's when becoming uplifted becomes normal. Gwyneth, action speaks louder than words. Absolutely. Angela, take action. High five, girl. It's all about taking the action. That's what's going to make the difference. So number 6 was a support system. Number 7, all else fails. You're still having challenges. You're still feeling helpless. Go back to step 1. Start the process again. So there's the 7 steps. So quickly, number 1, identify what it is you're feeling. Number 2, commit to changing it. Number 3, develop new belief systems. Have an anchor, a necklace, a watch, something that's significant to you, something that has meaning. Not just your sleeve. So something that has meaning to you to change your belief system, change your thoughts around. So that's, and you get triggered by something. So something happens, you get triggered and you're like, grab your anchor, change your thoughts. You do that often enough and you will have the ability to change your belief patterns. Okay, number 4, take action. That's the only thing that will work. Number 5, accept that relapse will happen and this takes time. So don't do this for a week and go, oh, this crap doesn't work. It takes months to change years of problems and things that have happened in the past. Carissa, high five. And so number 6 was the support system, and number 7, if you're still having challenges, if you get yourself in a really low spot or your self-doubt creeps in again, just go back to number 1, write these steps down and just start the process again. Okay? So whatever's happening, don't make yourself wrong. It's just, you're never wrong. So you relapse, you're feeling terrible, you're just having a down day. It's okay. Don't make yourself wrong for that. It's just what's happening. Maybe something bad did happen and you need to cry. You need to get angry. You need to just vent. Do it. But follow the 24-hour rule. I've done a video about this before. It's on my website. 24 hours. Relish in whatever you need to relish in for 24 hours. Then get over it. Move on. Cry if you want to cry. Get angry, get frustrated, get overwhelmed. Okay, that's cool. I need to feel like this. I need to have a good cry. That's all okay. But then after 24 hours, okay, new day. I'm moving on. And this is what I'm going to do. Okay? So, Angela, it takes weeks. It takes months. So, yeah, weeks, months. It could even take years. As long as you keep practicing it and moving in the right direction. Release. Yes, Rob, agree. So, that's it. So, just remember not to stay in the past. Just remember your brain is wired to keep you safe. So, unless you consciously... hey Alison, how are you? Unless you consciously think about this stuff, unless you consciously have an awareness of it and know that you need to take action even when you don't feel like it. Remember, we never do the washing feeling like, oh, I'm going to go and do the washing. Bring that kind of stuff into your personal life. Do things when you don't feel like it, because that's when stuff gets done. When you take the action and stuff gets done, that's when you have the ability, and you do it over and over and over and over and over again, that's when you have the ability to transform your beliefs. When you transform your beliefs and your self-doubt that's holding you back, you have the ability to transform your life. So relationships, love, money, happiness, business, whole life. So powerful, but it comes down to you taking the action. So, was that valuable for you today? Alison, you've just jumped on and I'm just wrapping up. It was a bit of a long one today, but just catch the replay. That'll be up there. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, Gwyneth says, and you are so right. This is, I practice this stuff all the time. I speak about this stuff all the time. You guys know that, but it doesn't mean that I'm perfect. I still have self-doubt. I still have lack of belief. I still wonder, what the hell am I doing? But I'm just able to shift through it quicker because of the work that I do on it. And that's all you can ask for. But when you do it over and over again, and that gap between, okay, I'm feeling like this and I want to get here, that gap comes down like this. So now I have the ability to go, oh, I'm feeling like this. But I can let go of that and make, so that gap between where I want to go gets smaller and smaller and smaller. The more often that I do this, the more often that I practice it. So you can be worlds away from, okay, you're feeling like absolute, utterly low, and you want to feel really happy. That could be a really big gap for you right now. Where your business is here, you want to get your business to here, and that's a bloody big gap for you. Sorry for swearing. So when you do this work and you take control of it and you take, I'm learning all the time. Awesome, Gwyneth. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you, Alison. So when you continue to practice this stuff, continue to have great awareness around it and continue to practice, you'll reduce the gap. When you reduce the gap, I've talked too long, I need to get off. When you reduce the gap, that's when you are able to achieve huge transformations in your life. Okay? Powerful, powerful stuff. I hope you get that. Send me some likes and loves if you get it. Now, what's happening the rest of this week? Oh, tomorrow. I've got a really special interview tomorrow. Some of you would know I went to Orlando 2 or 3 weeks ago because I got invited to some really special training by my mentors. And the facilitator of that training, it's all about, I'm interviewing a guy called Blair Dunkley. If you don't know who he is, he shifts people to transform their lives. So whatever their blocks are, he can transform people, and he generally transforms people into millionaires. He's created many millionaires. And this was the guy that facilitated the training that I went to in Orlando. So I've got the privilege of interviewing him live, same time that I went live today, tomorrow, to talk about one particular thing that I learned about in Orlando is the word why. So we live our life going, well, why did that happen? Why is that? Why? We start from kids. Why, mummy? Why? And we move through our life with this why. And if you are in a home-based business, if that's you, listen up tomorrow, because most home-based business companies will say things like, unless your why makes you cry, your why isn't big enough. And that's what a lot of companies will teach you is the basis for your success. So Blair debunks that whole theory, saying if you live in the why, if that's what you're asking yourself over and over, you're going to get stuck in a loop and you're never going to succeed. It's fascinating. I was fascinated behind it, and I'm trying to eliminate the word. I give you the challenge. And definitely after you hear him speak tomorrow, I give you the challenge is try to get rid of the word why from your vocabulary. And it was really interesting. The first night, I will wrap up. I'll get off in a sec. I know I've been on way too long. We went out to dinner the first night, and so we all sort of challenged ourselves that when somebody says the word why, pick them up on it. So I was talking to one guy and he would just say, excuse me, every time I said the word why. I couldn't believe how many times he was saying, excuse me, and I wasn't even aware I was saying it. And obviously in conversation, I was just going, I'm not sure why, blah, 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 and he'd go, excuse me. And it's like, man, this word is in and the whole dinner table conversation, it came up out of my mouth over and over and over and over and over again. But when you get stuck in why questions, you look for reasons and justifications and excuses, and it actually keeps you in a really detrimental loop. It doesn't help you move through the stuff you need to move through to get where you want to go. So I don't really want to try to explain it to you because I'll probably stuff it up. So I asked Blair if he would let me interview him to explain this concept of why and how it holds us back in our life. So he's jumping on with me tomorrow live, and I'm going to ask him to explain that to you guys. So just please make the effort to get on that live. I've traveled halfway across the world to get that kind of information from an inspirational guy like him. He's allowing me to interview him so I can bring it to you guys for free and educate you on how powerful it is. So make sure you catch that live tomorrow. Alison, make a list and write down what did not work and what did work. Absolutely. And you get very curious about what didn't work, what did work, and you can be more logical about, solutions. Gwyneth, yes, you need to know your why. Well, listen in tomorrow, Gwyneth. Just listen. If you're not able to jump on live, catch the replay after tomorrow's live. You need to hear what Blair says about the word why. It'll totally flip what you think about the word why. It's why am I on this now? Because I want to learn. Yeah, well, that's a good question, Gwyneth. I'll give you that. But just the concept of why. So please listen into that or catch the replay. Now, so that's tomorrow. The next day, it's school holidays here at the moment, so my kids are sort of home with me all day, and we're having a family day, so I won't be doing a live the next day. But the next day, as I promised last week, I'm going to go into some more detail about the Facebook algorithm. Facebook algorithm has changed in little ways again, and I want to keep bringing that information to you. So if you are building your business on social media, you know how to use it the best way you possibly can to make your efforts on social media, worthwhile. Okay, Alison, look forward to hearing about it. It's fascinating, Alison. So, yeah, tune in tomorrow for that. Next day, I won't be doing a live. The next day after that, then I'll be talking about the Facebook algorithm. So hopefully I'll see you on live tomorrow so you can catch that interview with me and Blair. Did you find today's topic useful about self-doubt? We've only got one more to go, and that's anxiety. So I'll talk about that next week. But I'm hoping you're getting some little tips or some little tools or some little strategies to help you be a better version of you personally, so you can build the business that you really want to build. So it starts with you, and then the rest will come. The business will come, the money will come, happiness will come, life comes. So, thank you for, have a great time with my family. Thank you. Have an awesome rest of the day. Those of you that have been on with me live and you've hung in there the whole time, I so appreciate it. I know it's a huge time commitment, and sometimes these lives go a little bit longer. than they should. So bless you, all of you guys that are on live, and anybody that catches the replay. I'm indebted to you for watching and listening to me. I really appreciate it. So enjoy the rest of the day, whatever part of the day or morning or night it is for you, and I'll catch you tomorrow with that interview with Blair. See you guys. Bye.